Now today we're going to be looking and reviewing at the Marvel Legends Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. Now this is basically the first appearance Spider-Man, if you want to be honest here. And the thing is in the virtual card body. If you don't know what the virtual card is, virtual card this means like they are either new modes or new bodies that exist or somewhat used bodies. They kind of make sense in some terms of it. But this video cost me at least 24 as itself and then another $8. So I'm like, that's like a $33. And I bought it from the Big Bad Toy Store. And I like this figure actually. It is really good figure. I know some people bought two of them. So, and I bought one. I already need one anyways. Besides, they also use this as the exact body for the Black Shoe Spider-Man. Which we will get.
Now, I will be straight up here. I did modify and do a lot of parts on my Spider-Man, so it will be a little different compared to the original packaging. However, I do have the what's it called? Black Suit Spider-Man from the Secret Wars to compare later on when that one comes out, articulation wise. Now, some of the articulation is almost the same, almost. Especially wise, you get actually good amount of hands. You get two web carving hands, two thripper hands, two hands that can hold stuff, which I will use on a different Spider-Man because I do have the Battle Damage Spider-Man, and a lot of pieces that go under his arms. It is a main Spider-Man. This is a first experience Spider-Man basically, and you do get the same web they've been using since 2012. I'm gonna use a different web. I do like these pieces because they're actually pretty good plastic, good looking. And these things look really cool. I'm not gonna put them in. I don't really like how some of it looks, I'm being honest here. But let's get to the figure itself. Articulation at the arms. Okay. Double jointed arms, which is pretty good, makes sense. It go up that high, and I did make it so it does go even more farther forward and back. Head, same articulation actually. You can look up that far, which makes sense, and not that far. So hey, big range. The app section does spin because it does that in general. The thing is, it's not that I modify it too much, but it does that in general. So either way, it still spins. You can see where I did it. Anyways, I did a lot more cutting, so he could pin even this more down, this more, get more app crunch too. It's easy to break the mode, so I'm gonna try to cover that best as I can. The legs, I did modify too. Now, in the original one, they couldn't go straight. They stopped right there. I modified them so you could go more like this, more straighter. And the kick is even higher. And originally, the kick didn't go that high. You had to do it yourself. I had to go out that far. As you can see more cutting. It go up pretty much this high. And the knee is double jointed as well. And this moment has one thing I do like. Leg swivel right here. So, as I do awesome, you can swivel the foot. The feet are basically the same. Nothing on the leg has changed as much. Now, this part is all the same right here. This part is all the same. I just had to fix it up, as you can see. And you can see where I made basically turned to a drop down basically. I did a lot more work on this than I really should have, and you get to wear two pairs of fists or two things of fists. So you go a lot more hands with this one than any Spider-Man I have seen actually. And he's the same price as any Wild Legend, $24. I bought it from the Big Bad Toy Store, and I modified it for good reason. I didn't like to do articulation at first, so I did my work myself. So as for time, here's the upgrade suit from No Way Home. Or say from Far From Home. Yeah. Genre type DevCon. I do have the Green Goblin. He's in my closet right now. So that's a lot of the figures I have. I'm even prouder. We'll get those when we get there. I'll use probably the Spider-Man or the Batman Spider-Man or Black Suit Spider-Man. For I'll probably use all three. Anyways, it looks pretty good actually, and I do like the Spider logos because this is using the retro card body. The retro card body is using, I think it's a new mode, or I think it's similar to the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. I could be off on that one, but it is using the retro card body, which actually works with the Spider-Man because, yeah. So I will say it's really cool. So let's get to my final thoughts on this. Now, I will say this is a fantastic Spider-Man. Actually, for any good terms, it is a fantastic Spider-Man in general to get. The fact that you just need retro card body, which works for it. The fact that it is slim because Spider-Man every is slim in the comics, and this is his first appearance. Basically, it makes sense for him to be slim. I mean, especially some of the muscle. I mean, sometimes in the other comics, either within 2000s and within some of the 90s comics too, he is he is sometimes muscular. So I mean, it depends on how the artist how it depends how the artist draws it. Because if I remember correctly, when they did the ultimatum, or sorry, the um Absolute universe for that wave, if I remember that correctly. Because I know the because Beast is out for that wave. That one is actually not that thing that whole wave. Well, the fact that now we do have Wolverine in that wave, and within a comic book, that scaling is actually hard to do because sometimes the scaling within that comic is scaled. Sometimes he's smaller than Beast, sometimes he's same height as Beast, sometimes he is medium height between being short and tall. That I'm saying that depends on how it is drawn, it's real hard to get done. So that's what I'm saying. It's hard to get some of this down pat. So that's what I'm saying. Time to get some of this drawing out, and when you gotta make a figure of it, and then trying to make the height of them. They will use certain bodies to make it work. But I will say the Richard card does work with this body. I do a lot. I do like how it looks. And the fact these hands are very usable, so you can use them for another Spider-Man. So you can use this for any other Spider-Man that is comic related. So that it works for people who are looking into the into that, which I would say works because that means if you only have so many, it works when you have so many hands within your collection because I mean, you will get a lot of hands for your figures, and then you need to figure out where to put them. But I mean, that's for you to figure out, not me. God, I'm talking too much sometimes. But I think it's really good looking. And some modifications make it a lot more better. Now, what do you modify yours? That's my thing. Is what do you do that to modify the model kit or figures you have in collection? It's up to you. You don't have to, you spend that money. Not me, because that money can be spent on actually nothing. My money's spent on everything except for figures sometimes because all I gotta do is pay bills. God, sorry about that. It's gone. But anyways, I picked it up because it looked fantastic and amazing. Shocker. And the fact they also basically showed us some images of the Amazing Spider-Man 2, the Amazing Spider-Man from the movies. Yep. I mean, it looks good, but you're gonna come with fists, so that's not good. Only come with like a pair of fists and I think one web. That's not good. And that's gonna cost like 27. I'm not joking here when I say this in the slightest. I do have the Daredevil retro card one. I think I'm like 27. First, if he barely comes with any accessories.
So he comes with the mini comic. Um, he comes with the mini comic, a few hands, his cane, and that's it. But this Spider-Man come with webs you can put under his arms to make his web thing. So his web glider, which makes sense. Basically 3 pairs of hands extra, costing $24. So technically, how is that even that much even? But like, oh, but it comes with the mini comic first. So it doesn't come with more accessories, but you get a lot more. You get a lot more accessories. So would you pay for Spider-Man to come with a lot more accessories or less accessories? Because trust me, I would buy Spider-Man. I would buy Spider-Man more than you think I would. But it looks good either way. Would you buy this figure? I'll put the link in the description below if you want to buy this figure. From the Big Bad Toy Store actually. So yeah, that's it for y'all, and have a good day, y'all. Peace out. Oh my god, my thing's not working.